I'm very careful of these little, small, like independent reps who are just repping for a company.
In your location, in terms of products and offerings of products, how many do you know roughly about how many products that you guys have and across all your lines? And do you end up dialing in on a few products that are sort of your favorite tried and true, go-to floors to steer people towards, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, for me personally, we have some consistency throughout our 3 locations, but at the same time, we have some things where each of us like our own little things, and so we're not 100% the same in all 3 stores. And so I think every salesperson has their level of comfort with their go-to products, and they all do it. I do it. I've always done it. I still do it. And
isn't that funny how we do that? And there's no rhyme or reason sometimes to why we came up with these things,
I know. And I guess because, I don't know what it is. I've installed a lot of it. I've never had trouble with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've not ever had a claim. The price seems, workable. People accept the price. It's got great colors. I don't know, but you just get your little comfort products and you do kind of show them first. There's other things you can always show if they don't like it, but I do kind of go to my go-tos. And so I don't know, honestly, it's a great question, David. I don't know how many different lines of stuff we have in here, but it's full everything. I mean, we've got engineered wood, solid wood, luxury vinyl planking, sheet vinyl, carpet, tile, backsplash products,
everything,
all of it. So
So do you so you have probably a bunch of different manufacturers. I guess if you actually have more than just even like LVP or just carpet, you've got tile and some backsplash products. So you probably have a little bit of everything from different manufacturers, or is there some overlap there?
A little bit of everything from a lot of, the door, there's always somebody popping in here. Pet peeve of mine, by the way, a rep without an appointment. But anyway.
Hey, all reps out there who are listening to this podcast, schedule a freaking appointment, would you?
Reps popping in, like they're cold calling, which I understand. They're trying to make a living too. So I always try to be very gracious to them, but it is a pet peeve of mine. But anyway, they'll be just the guys that kind of have this little one-off line or something like that. I rarely bring it in. I will bring in somebody who comes from a little bigger company that I know that if I have a problem, I got a company that's going to try to back their product. That's where I'm always afraid of these little onesie twosie things. So I rarely will do that, but I'm not a fan of a race to the bottom when it comes to pricing. And when these guys come in and they've got this little cheap LVP or whatever, I always say, listen, I'm not interested. I appreciate you coming in. It's not going to do you any good to bring a product in here that I'm not going to sell. So I can tell you right now, I'm just not interested in this at this time.
Is there a way that you go about? Obviously, LVP is hot right now, and that was one of the precursors to our conversation here in this podcast today. So I definitely want to go into that a little bit more because you had some very strong feelings about it, and I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on that. But when the reps come in and they're showing you these products, whether or not it's a company you've heard of before or not, is there a certain process that you go through to sort of take a quick look and see whether or not it's something you think is quality or might fit in your product line with a different coloring or variation that you think your customers might like?
Yeah, that's probably it more than anything. I kind of look at the product. I'm always interested in the technical side of it. I mean, that's just probably my background, right? I want to know how thick it is. I want to know about the pad. I want to know about the wear layer. I want to know about the warranty. I want to know about all of that. And then if the colors are good, okay, fine. We're getting closer. Tell me the price. Okay, we're in the ballpark. But again, I I'm very careful of these little small, like independent reps who are just repping for a company.
Yep.
And it's not the actual company coming to me, it's an independent rep. And I really care that I'm going to get taken care of if I have a problem, you know? And so there's where I'll draw a line in the sand a little bit, just, you know, so I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it answered my question perfectly. I honestly, I mean, and we go through the same thing, because at the end of the day, you need to know that if your client has an issue, that the company who gave you this floor is going to stand behind you. And if it's some, you know, mom and pop or one stop, you know, dude just comes by with a, you know, some LVP out of his windowless van, you don't know if that guy's going to circle back around again or just sell his shipment and disappear. Like, you know, it puts you in an uneasy position, and I'm sure that you don't want to be in that position.
That's exactly 100% correct, because unfortunately in this business, the longer you're in it, you'll know that you are going to have claims and products are going to fail, and independent inspectors are going to be called in, and you're sitting there just waiting to see what they say. And when they say it's product related, then all of a sudden the company's sending in their own independent rep, and you're just waiting. And in the meantime, nobody's getting paid. You know, the customer doesn't want to pay, and you're not getting paid, and the salespeople aren't getting paid. And it's just, you know, I just like those little bit more established companies to work with, just because I feel a little more secure that if I do get into a situation like that, I'm going to have some backing. So.